Different vibe. Same crooner.
Hello, everybody. This is My Black Ass Thoughts. I am your host, Queen Honey. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I appreciate you, and I love you. Jumping right into the grapevines and whispers, Cardi B and Offset are getting a divorce. Offset was caught cheating on Cardi again. This time with some rapper named Cuban Doll and some other girl named Summer Bunny, who was recently on the blogs crying, about how she feels bad for being a homewrecker, and she didn't think that Offset and Cardi B's relationship was like that serious, which I don't see how you could think that their relationship wasn't that serious when they were married. But yeah, Cardi decided to call it a quits. Which, girl, I'm glad you did, because he been cheating on you since the beginning. So I'm glad you woke up to that. I do feel a little bad because I was hoping that you guys can, work through it and figure out how to love each other for real and make it work for Culture, whatever, who is adorable. But it is what it is. So hopefully you guys don't have a messy divorce, and hopefully you guys can figure out how to co-parent together, because baby Culture needs both her parents. Tumblr will be moving towards a teen audience now. Apparently they had some child pornography on the site, so they got dropped from Apple's iOS app store. And right after that, they announced that they were removing all porn from the site, all of it. First of all, I don't use Tumblr per se, but I didn't know that they had porn on there. And I just feel isn't it supposed to be a site where you just talk about feelings and stuff like that? Or I know they have a bunch of GIFs. Oh, and all the GIFs that have nudity in it will be removed too. The GIFs or GIFs or whatever they called. But I thought to me it always seemed like it was another Twitter kind of thing. Not a place where you go watch porn. I thought Pornhub and YouPorn was for stuff like that. But I guess not. So yeah, Tumblr will be removing all nudity, all pornographic things from their site. I know they have a safe mode thing going on over there. So they're making it safer. And just have moving towards a more PG audience, I guess, child, because nobody wants child pornography on their site, and I think it's kind of gross. But anyway, moving on. Soulja Boy is launching he launched his own game console. He took to Twitter early this week to show off how the game works and what it looks like. The handheld is $99 and the console is $149.99, which is pretty good. If anybody knows, I know these game consoles and systems and shit cost a lot of money. My son is asking for a game console every Christmas, and them things run $250 or better. So that's not bad. Soulja Boy, thank you for making your game affordable and whatnot. He's also releasing Soulja headphones, Soulja watches, Soulja phones, and Soulja pads. I see you, bro. I see you out here doing your thing, trying to get this money. So yeah, look out for that, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Son, need me a deal. Was resting on Papa and round me a banker. Then I invest in a stock, couple acres apart. My family's a neighbor. Don't weather the storm, nothing was promised. I'd rather do
All right. Blacknificent, y'all, because you know I'm black and all that, so I want to give some props. So first I want to acknowledge Andy Smith. I listened to her interview on The Breakfast Club, and it was really good. Like, you know, I'm someone who still watches Love and Hip Hop because I don't have any real drama in my life, and I need to watch other people's scripted drama because it just brings balance to my life. Okay, don't judge me. She gave a beautiful interview, of course, about the show and how, you know, she gave the whole background on how it's scripted, which we already knew. But she also spoke about her adopted daughter, and I think it's beautiful for her to show courage and take somebody else's child into her home. I find it very beautiful for her to fight for this young girl to have better and to also provide better for her. And, you know, she didn't have to do it. Nobody has to do anything. You know, she could have just continued to do the work that she does with young black girls and left it at that. But she took it a step further, and she opened up her home and her heart to this young lady. And I think it's dope. So yeah, Yandy, like, continue to do what you do. You are one of my favorite ladies on the show, because everybody else, y'all know, just be doing the most or whatever. And she's always like, all right, whatever, let's get to this bag, letting the hate roll off her shoulders. So, you know, I just want to say thank you for you know, looking out for one of our sisters, our young sisters. And you know, girl, keep doing what you're doing. Phil Calvert, I want to give a shout out to him for being the first black man to have a travel show on the Matador Network. He's traveled to 65 countries in the last 10 years, and of course plans to travel more. So check out his show. It'll be airing in February. So shout out to Phil. And I want to give a shout out to Michelle Obama. Y'all know her book just dropped, Becoming, and it sold over 2 million copies here in North America in the first 15 days, making her book the best-selling hardcover book of the year. So whoop whoop. And she's also the #1 seller in countries like Germany, France, Italy, and Denmark. So yeah, Michelle, keep doing what you do, girl. Drop another one. To my listeners, I love to read. I love books. I'm an avid reader. So if anybody wants to know what I want for Christmas, Becoming is what I want. You know, just send it over. Like, send it over. I want that. All right. Thanks in advance. I also want to give a shout out to Frank Scott Jr. Just for becoming the first African American to be elected mayor of Little Rock. We see you, Frank. Push through anything that has to do with the first African American. I'm with the shits. So, you know, we will take a quick break and be right back.
One for us. All my niggas in the whole wide world. All my niggas in the whole wide world made the song and make it all yours. Time for us. This shit is for us.
Okay, guys, and we're back with politics and bullshit, because you know it's always bullshit with these politics. I like to sing. Not that I can, but I like to. So yeah, my last episode I spoke about E.J. Bradford Jr. And if you don't remember, or if this is the first time you're listening, he was a young man who was at a mall during a quote unquote mass shooting. They never said how many people got shot, so whatever. But during a mass shooting, and it was reported that he was the mass shooter. Come to find out, he wasn't. They claimed that he had a gun, and you know, they just ran up on him and started shooting him. But evidence has been released that he was actually shot from the back 3 times. One of those times was in his head. It's also been released that he was unarmed. So, you know, it just goes to show that the stories that they put on the news, you just can't believe. Like, you can't believe them. They called him the mass shooter right after the fucking shooting happened, and he didn't even shoot a gun. So it's crazy. However, the Mall police don't want to release the video of the shooting, and we all know why that is, because the video tells the truth, and you can't lie, and you can't demonize this child. I'm tired of our black skin being a threat for everybody else when we all know mass shooters and murderers and killers be the others. But moving along, want to give an update. I had did an episode, I don't know if it was episode 3 or 2 or 4 or whatever, one of those episodes. I spoke on the Amber Geyer and Botham. I know I'm messing up that young man's name, but that Botham Jean case. That was a case where the off-duty police officer went into the wrong apartment and shot and killed that young black guy in his own apartment, which, if you ask me, was bullshit, and I don't believe. But yeah, she's been indicted for his murder. Now, I know that a indictment doesn't necessarily mean that she's gonna get convicted. I know that. However, it is a step forward, in the right direction. So I'm praying and I'm hoping that that family gets the justice that they deserve, because I don't understand how they could not find that lady guilty and they cannot convict her. But I mean, we know how that goes. So yeah. That's politics and bullshit for you guys. It's always bullshit. So we're gonna move on to quick tips and tricks. And last week we spoke about credit and cards that you can use to repair your credit, and how much of the credit line you're supposed to spend, and being adamant about checking your credit score. Well, this week I want to talk about disputing charges. Now, you might have a charge that's on your card that you didn't make, that doesn't belong to you, and you want to dispute it. You want to take it off your credit report. You have the option of doing it online, but my advice to you would be to mail it in and keep the records of everything that you have. The reason being is because when you dispute online items that are verified online, you cannot dispute again. You can't dispute it again. And the credit bureau doesn't have to process those online disputes. They don't have to do that. And on top of that, when you dispute online, you don't have a paper trail. There's no evidence that you disputed anything. So if the credit bureau doesn't process that dispute and you claim that you did it, how does anyone know? There's no paper trail for that. So just mail in your dispute. It'll be easier. You have the paperwork to show that you did that. And keep knocking down those bills and keep building up that credit score. The only thing worth having in this country is some property and some shit in your name. So, let's work on that. I'd like to take this time now to do the 1 minute meditation. Remember, you do not have to participate. You can skip this segment. Meditation is not about, trying not to think about anything. Thoughts will come to mind. Let those thoughts come and let them pass. Do not hold on to them. We're going to take a few deep breaths and close our eyes and let the music take over. I'd like to end this show off with a few words of encouragement. Just want to say, if you fail, never give up, because fail means first attempt in learning. End is not the end. In fact, end means effort never dies. If you get no as an answer, remember no means next opportunity. Remember, the creators are always watching and always listening. Whatever you put out into the universe is what you get back. This is my Black Ass Thoughts. I am Queen Honey. Thank you for listening. I love you.